Welcome back to another live and amplified livecast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are here at day 2 of CMA Fest. We have Noelle Toland. How's it going today?
It's amazing. How are you, Tom?
Doing really well. I contemplated calling you Noelle Toland again, but it's like you do it once, it's an accident. You do it twice, it's on purpose.
I kind of like that, though. It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah. It was better than what I think I was originally trying to say, which was Noelle Toland.
Ooh, Noelle Toland. Noelle Toland.
Yeah. That would have been a whole different,
but
how you been doing?
I've been great. CMA Fest has been super fun so far.
Nice.
I performed at the Hard Rock yesterday, which was awesome.
How'd that?
It went great.
Yeah.
I love country music so much, and I love performing for country music fans. And it's my favorite thing in the world.
That was the original catalyst to this trip, was to go out to the 615
really?
Live. That was the original reason why I was coming out there.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, because I was talking to Nicole about it, and she was like, "Yeah, you should come out."
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. By that time of the year, I need a vacation, so I'll come out for a couple days and head back on Friday, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
As we know, I didn't go, but I was here. In back of my head, I was like, okay, well, I'll schedule like a live podcast thing on Wednesday, stay the night Thursday, do the 615 Live, and then a whole bunch of people started reaching out because I was saying I was going to be in Nashville.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, are you going to be in CMA Fest? And I'm like, I probably should be, shouldn't I? Like, what do I got to do? And found kind of that information, and then I realized, like, dang it, I'm not going to be able to go to 615 Live. But I think Nicole will I think she'll understand.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I'm glad you had a great showcase last night. Glad to have you here. Always enjoy talking to you. We've had you on the podcast. I think this is like your 4th time.
I think so.
Yeah. So how's the music been treating you?
Amazing. I just released a new song on Friday, so it's been a week. It's been a week since it's been out. It's called I'm Just a Wino.
Nice.
I love wine, and I had a lot of fun writing this song. And it's been awesome releasing a fun drinking song right in time for summer.
Nice. You released I'm Just a Wino on my birthday.
Oh, really? Yeah. Happy birthday.
I think, right? You said last Friday, so that would have been May 31st?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Happy birthday.
I was sitting here, I was like, wait a minute, when was my birthday? Yeah, so thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm Just a Wino. Now, how long has that song kind of been in the works?
So I started writing it with my friend Tyler in LA in 2022, in the fall of 2022. I happened to be in LA for a few days, and I didn't go there to write. It just kind of happened organically, and we were in his kitchen, and he had his guitar, and I said something like, what do I know? I'm just a wino. Yeah. And we both looked at each other and we're like, oh man, that's like fun. What is that?
That kind of works. What do we do with this?
Yeah. And so we just started writing the song, and then it took, we had lyrics written, and then we decided to go in the studio to record that and 2 other songs. But I reworked it after the fact. I kind of like to do that with songs I'm writing. For some reason, I'm just a little slower, or like to take more time to make sure things are as good as they can be, So with that song, I realized, there's no listing of wine. So I went in for the second verse and kind of reworked that and just listed Chardonnay or Cabernet. Lord, I don't discriminate. Each has its own personality, which is part of the second verse. And then in the bridge, I wrote that as a woman describing herself, but she's describing wine. So there's that double entendre. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun to write. Yeah. So
I love that you kind of let your music mature, whether you're playing it out like as it sits or not. But you just kind of let your song, and honestly, it's almost like a good wine. You got to let it sit there and ferment for a while.
Yeah, that's so true.
It seems like that's kind of what you did here.
Yeah.
So I think that's just is what really seems to be working right now, because you're kind of giving the song an opportunity to breathe. I guess is the best way to kind of word it. Yeah. And like once you feel comfortable with the song, then you can start playing it out, and like just all these things, just kind of letting the song be before you kind of force it out into the world and say, okay, people listen. So
that's a great observation. I didn't even think about that, but it's true. And I did notice that when I would play that song out, everyone just kind of went wild out of all my songs. Well, it's also a fun drinking song, and you can start off, asking people like, hey, do you have any wine lovers in the audience? And if you got a lot, and most of the time it's a really fun, someone who just loves wine as much as I do.
Fair. And it's a fun take on like a drinking song in general, because most of the time it's beer, whiskey, tequila. You don't hear a lot of like wine-centric drinking songs.
Yeah, that's a good point. There are a lot of whiskey songs, a lot of beer songs, and some tequila. I like Dan and Shay's tequila song. I love that song. But yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So maybe you're starting something.
Yeah.
You're the start of something.
Let's go. For all my winos, let's go.
That's awesome. So the song's out now. What's kind of the plan as we look into the summer here? Obviously, we're in June.
Yeah.
I just recently found that one out, which is, it's like, okay, explains why it's 95 degrees outside.
I know, it's crazy. I'm releasing a cover of Watermelon Crawl.
Okay. Nice.
That's coming out in July, so I'm really excited about that. I'm such a huge Tracy Byrd fan. I love that song so much. So I'm going to continue on my train of drinking songs throughout the summer.
Hey, the summer of fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
And where you at kind of show-wise? Are you playing shows pretty consistently? Or?
Yeah. I'm playing out a lot. Haven't gone on tour yet, but I'm manifesting it somehow, however that's going to happen. But I'm very grateful, and I'm very grateful to be here in Nashville, and I love this town so much, and such a great collaborative community of artists, and it's a great place to be, especially if you love country music.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the rest of your CMA like? Are you doing something tomorrow? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna be filming some stuff downtown tomorrow to promote my song "I'm Just a Wino," which I'm really excited about. I love just talking to people. Like it's just so much fun getting to talk to you. So have some fun questions to ask country music fans tomorrow.
That's sick. I love it so much. And I really enjoy the fact that I can actually hear you, and we're not having to sit like within earshot of each other like we're telling secrets.
Yeah.
It's us. For anybody that doesn't remember, we were like down in that lobby, and it was just like, what'd you say? It was loud. So I appreciate it.
CRS is crazy.
Yeah. So outside of music, when you do get 2 seconds to yourself to kind of do your thing, what have you been getting into recently?
Like in my spare time?
Yeah, in your spare time.
What do I like to do? I've been practicing guitar. Yeah. That's music related, but I've been practicing a lot because I want to get better and better. I read a lot. I'm a big reader. I'm reading Fathers and Sons. This is old. We get really nerdy here, but like a Russian novel written in the 1800s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it's actually really good. I got turned on to that book from I'm reading on writing these writing tidbits from Hemingway, and he raves about this author Turgenev. So I'm reading that. I'm reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, which has been very informative and actually a very fun read. But I love watching movies. Nice. I love reading, watching movies.
Fair enough. I've been talking to my buddy back in New Mexico. We've had this idea of starting a new podcast called the Banned Book Report.
Ooh.
And basically doing a read and talking about books that have been banned in the U.S.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, because I feel like there's no real bad literature. It's just, like, what's at the topic of mind. And so, like, going in and reading some of those books that have been banned and just kind of like, hey, this is actually kind of relevant to what's going on right now. Like a lot of not Orson Welles, but yeah.
Right, that's a really great idea. Yeah. What are some of I'm trying to rack my brain.
Well, like Mein Kampf, like stuff like that. It would just be like really like controversial books, but I think it'd be kind of interesting.
One of those is Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
Banned in prison. Yeah. I love that. When I heard that, like, I gotta read that.
That would be kind of like the only thing of, like, it would be like it has to be banned somewhere. It doesn't have to be like banned in the U.S.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it's banned in schools and text, like just band somewhere. I think so. That'd be kind of cool.
That's a great idea. Yeah. You should do that.
Because I know like Captain Underpants is back. So it'd be just.
Was that banned?
It's banned in some schools. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never read it.
It's I don't read it anymore, but like when it first came out and I was in 7th grade, I may have read it once or twice. Who knows? But really appreciate your time sitting down to chat.
Thanks so much for having me.
Where can people find you online?
Yeah, all my socials are at Noelle Toland, and then on TikTok I'm at Noelle Toland Music.
Nice.
And then my website is noelletoland.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I've had an absolute blast. I always enjoy chatting with you. And hopefully we can turn this into every time I'm in Nashville.
Yeah.
Every time
I love it.
Well, once again, thank you all so much, and we will catch you all later.